Hi, and welcome to our combined podcast today. My name is Claudia from the Knits for the Soul podcast.
Hello, and my name is Margit from LittleCabinKnits podcast. Welcome.
Today we have a little, two-person stitch and bitch.
Yes.
And we overcome the distance between Germany and Norway.
Yes, and we have to see how it goes. So because we never tried this before with recording, but usually we have this every Saturday, almost every Saturday, with our Stitch and Bitch group. So yeah, really cool.
That is fun. We should ask them if we can have one session if they would like to participate.
Yes, that would be really cool. I don't know if you guys would then able to follow, because it will be probably everyone speaking almost the same time, but we'll see.
But not always.
It's not so bad.
I need my pattern. I am in a patterned row. Very clever of me.
What are you knitting now, Claudia?
It's still the Together Apart shawl by Melanie Berg.
Yeah.
I'm in the last section.
Yeah.
And I think I'm in row 7 out of 20 rows in that section.
Okay.
So, and this is how much I have left. So it's quite a lot still. Yeah, I'm not sure, maybe about 50 grams still. So let's see how much will be there. And I think I will either add another repeat of section 2 then again to make the lace part bigger. Or maybe I will add another colored row somewhere here, and then put in a little garter stitch and then add a border. Let's see.
It's really nice. I really love these stripes there, the colored, and they are just so minimal. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, so the natural is a Wensleydale yarn, an undyed one, and the colors are minis from a Baramu set I bought in Edinburgh, and I think the light shows that quite well. So the natural one, this is actually already 200 grams, and if you look closely, you see that there is a color change here. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it gets a bit lighter in the color.
And this is the undyed Baramu Titus as a 100 gram skein, which was part of the colored set.
Okay.
So, and because it was too small, obviously, I added this third skein and alternated with the other Wensleydale. But I think when I'm wearing it, you won't notice that.
No, if you wouldn't tell me now, and I need to look really close, like this.
Okay, then it's getting darker, so the camera is then.
I couldn't tell that there is anything actually, so I think that's super good. Yeah.
So, and I really want to finish this and wear it. And I think I'm knitting on this for a whole year now. I started, not yet. I started this in May last year on my mom's, how to say that, death anniversary. Yeah, it's when the pattern actually came out, and I thought it was a fitting event to say, okay, I used the yarn I bought the year she passed away, and the pattern that came out on that day 5 years later, and
on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, Yeah.
That's a sign, I would
Yeah,
say.
and then it's called together apart. So it's really suitable, I think. So it's a kind of fitting, and yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Mm. And you cast on a new project?
Yes. So I was for a long time now in not the shape to cast on anything new. I just couldn't decide. And now I'm working on a sweater, and I cast on today. And that's the pattern is called Rosa Jumper. And I think it's because of the color. The one is also like a light pink, and I have let me show you the yarn. So yeah, the yarn. Knitting for Olive, soft silk mohair. And this is I find it really soft. I mean the name is really what it is. And then I have one strand of these dyed fingering yarn. I dyed it with Woobop Woots last year.
Rhabarber? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhubarb.
Wabop? Not rhubarb? Wabop? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone speaking or who is a native English speaker can please educate us.
Yeah, especially me. Since
I'm not sure now that you
I
say
have
it.
to learn.
I'm not sure if you say rhubarb or rhubarb.
So yeah, so that is I think I dyed it last year. Yeah, first I dyed it actually with avocado, and then I over dyed it with Wabop.
Amazing that it worked. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's really nice. And now I had to calculate a bit for the size. So actually I made swatches. I made three swatches, but I whipped one apart to make another swatch. So I have now two, and I didn't get the gauge. So I am more loose with my gauge, and that it's kind of funny because I knitted one with 4 millimeters. And then I knit another swatch with 3.75 millimeters, and they were the same gauge after washing. I don't know what happened there, but so I ended now up to use 3.5 because it's more dense, and my swatch was 21 stitches, but now after I cast on, I measured it, and it looks like this one is now 20 stitches. So I will end up a bit bigger maybe.
Are you knitting a size up? One size up or?
I was going to knit so I would fit like a 99 centimeter bust. But now if I calculated now for that for 20 stitches, and I would end with about 103 centimeter bust. So it will be a little bigger. So I think what happened is that the swatch I knitted with the same needle. I knitted it from the yarn that was washed and, whipped off.
It was already relaxed. Okay.
Yeah, I think it knits up differently then. I don't know. But I thought I will knit a bit now, and then maybe I wash that swatch and measure, and then I decide what I do, if I want to go on or if I start again. With one, I would then go one size smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but can maybe I show the swatch again? I was so quick. It's really
nice color,
nice fabric and color. So And this jumper, it's long sleeve, and there are option for like a fitted sleeve and also like more balloon sleeve, like which is knitted straight down with a cup. And how is this called here? The neckline is a V-neck.
Oh, a V-neck, yeah.
With an I-cord edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's very mindless knitting because it's actually only stockinette, and for the raglan there's a little eyelet pattern, like for the increases you make this yarn over and then you get holes.
Oh yeah, cool.
So it's nice.
Yeah. What will you do with the other yarn you actually had in mind for this project? Because it was too light.
Yeah, I had in mind also to use the Isager spinny. The spinny is the lace yarn, and combine it with the same mohair. But that was a bit too. This is a pink. I have the pink color, and it's very bright pink.
It's almost baby pinkish.
Baby acid pink. This is here much more muted, so I like that much better. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I sell it, or I find another project.
Or you need a darker mohair or something else to go with it, to mute it down.
Yeah, that's true, because that one was actually, you couldn't see any difference almost with if you knit it without the mohair or with the color. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I will see. So yes, and then I have actually some other jumper I want to knit. I have the yarn since half a year now in my stash, and I couldn't decide what I want to do with it, what garment.
And now you have an idea?
I have a swatcher. It's this Nutiden.
Oh yeah.
In pink. In my pink face now. And first I thought I want to make some yoke sweater. But now I found, first I thought I make a gnome pattern, but I don't know if I have really the energy now for thinking all this through. So I thought also it would be the first time I knit with the yarn, so I have no experience, how this will behave, and also with the drape and everything. So I thought it's just easier if I start with just a normal project and don't have to think so much.
It's not the same as the Alafos, right? So you have this Lopi sweater, but they are kind of alike, but they're not the same, right?
Yeah.
Or your Melody Hoffman shawl, wasn't that out of the Alafos with that unspun yarn?
Yeah, I think you mean this from you mean this gray one, right?
Yeah, the big one.
And that is with Plötolopi. Maybe we can put in the picture later. That is with the unspun Icelandic, and that is more thick. So I use the one strand only, and here I would use a double one.
Oh, okay.
Look how thin this is.
Oh, this is already held double?
Yeah, and one strand would be like
okay, wow. Okay, that would be very thin. But usually the knitters I saw already, they often held a double, right?
They held it often double, but some of
Something
them
else.
also single with this mohair
Mm-hmm.
and added, and it really also depends on the color, because I mean not really on the color, but on the, you know, the every color is also another mix of fibers, so you can
Okay.
have, yeah, they're all very individual mixes.
Okay.
So that means you end up with a thinner and more breakable yarn, or a more sturdy yarn, and which is a bit thicker.
Okay.
So that makes a difference as well.
And what kind of breeds are in the one you have now? Do you know that?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I follow Carolina in their Patreon profile account. Yeah, I'm a Patreon for them, and she always explains which wool and breed types they have in there. And she also describes like, okay, this is more like a thinner one, and this is more like a more sturdy one, and so on, or more softer.
Cool.
But I can't remember. So yeah, but this
No
is super
worries.
interesting.
I just thought you might know. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and for that one now I found 2 patterns I like. One I found on Instagram, and it's actually not in Ravelry. You can buy it on the website of the designer, which I don't know now. But it's an oversized drop shoulder jumper with really wide sleeves. Like it looks like a, you know, like you borrowed from your boyfriend, kind of.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
And
maybe you can put in a picture later.
Yes. And they have also like a V-neck version, or like a what's it called, crew neck, this one which is closed more.
Boat
Yeah,
neck? Crew neck?
I think it's crew neck, like, yeah, like a tighter version, you know. But I think I will see how I like this V-neck, because this is my first try with a V-neck, and then I will decide if I go for this or that. And I have then another pattern, and from LB Hand Knits, I think is her name, and that is very similar. And that is actually very interesting, because she has the pattern in, it's kind of customizable. You can have wider sleeves for the same body, or you can have narrow sleeve, and you can have a turtleneck or not, and you can have a folded. So she has it like all in, and you can actually put this together as you need.
Cool.
Yeah, I found that very, very nice. So, and it's like just plain stockinette with satin sleeves, I think she had. And yeah, that's some garment you can combine with everything, I guess.
Yeah, I really like satin sleeves. It really depends on your shoulder form, but I really like those because it makes such a good fit.
Yeah.
Row 7 is done. Okay, so now I don't have to check my phone for the pattern, at least for row 8. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got some yarn. So that is still from my D-stash. Do you want to see?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So I traded some yarn with a lovely Michelle. She's from the UK. And we're writing a bit back and forth on Instagram. It's really nice. And yeah, she's really cool and lovely person. So, and she sent me a box that is just great. So all the yarn came in these little bags, and she sent me lots of Wensleydale, which is marled and in different color tones. Oh, now I have to check for the light. Yeah, the light is not so good here on this computer. Can you see that? It is a very light grayish blue.
Mm.
Yeah,
I can see it's a little bit blue.
Yeah,
inside. Yeah, really nice.
This is from the Wensleydale Long Wool Sheep Shop from Leeburn. Maybe people know that, at least in the UK. Well, the address sounds really cool.
Yeah.
it sounds like it's from an old yeah, some kind of it's situated in Calderdale Court. It sounds as if it's a real nice old house by some aristocratic family. I don't know.
Yeah,
sounds cool. I haven't Googled that yet. Maybe I have to stalk them a bit. So, and this is an Aran weight yarn as for the label, and 100 grams have 160 meters or 174 yards. So, yeah, that is nice. And then there is a couple of skeins of another blue in the mold one. This is darker. Yeah, so there is enough of all of this to make a garment, definitely. There is more in the bag, in the box, and I think my son would like those colors a lot, and the yarn is really soft, so this is maybe something for him. Let's see. Let's see. And then she also put some other nice ones in. So I know the girls of Bahram U and have bought their stuff already, but here's I have 4 of these little pip colorwork skeins. So this is, what colorway is this? It's called Armley. Yeah, pip colorwork Delby in the lot Armley. Yeah, so you don't see that here. For you it's probably black, but it's actually a very dark pine tree green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice and it's amazing. So it's.
So how many do you have now from each? Like from the first one, this blue gray. Oh, okay.
No. So I think I will definitely be able to knit a sweater or something for Oscar. I think that is definitely enough for that. Yeah. Yeah,
and the colors also go so well with each other.
It's nice. Yeah, it's not it's not popping out so brightly, so it's a bit muted, and yeah, I think it goes with a lot of stuff. And then she sent me some hand spun yarns from a lady local to her, and here's one skein. This is all some kind of natural colors. It's really nice. There's my camera. There's my camera. Is it focusing? No.
Ja, doch.
And then here is the other skein, and this is so beautiful.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see that.
But so, is this hand spun also?
This is, both are hand spun, yes.
Yeah, I can see it really in this one. You see the texture very good. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And very nice colors. A lot of green colors, blue, but also mustardies and pinks, all in there together, and it's really, really nice. No label.
Claudia, I think you made a very good trade with that one.
Yeah, but
With that.
it was so amazing with all to talk to all these people or to write with them. So this was really great of an experience to have contacts with people from everywhere actually, and that they well use the yarns I had lying around here and make something out of them. Yeah. So, and then she also sent me, some tea.
Oh, never seen that before, that type.
T2T.com.
I can't read it. What is it saying?
This is called crème brûlée. There are also hazelnuts in there. Then here is it's called Blue Mountain, black tea cornflower. And this is monk pear with black tea, jasmine petals, and bergamot. So now that I was able to show it, I can finally taste it because I still kept it. So, and she sent me a book. I'm really happy about because I wanted to read it. To read this for a while. This is by Kate Davis, her handywoman book. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to read this. It's pretty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's a super interesting story.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah,
I'm really happy. and then there was also some measuring tape and a ceramic button. So let's see where I can put this, and a row counter. Yeah. And very nicely packaged. Yeah, so I destashed a lot and got quite some yarns back, and yeah, but it's also kind of fun to think about what you would want to do with it. And I think in my last episode, not a book one, but the knit one, I think it was that one where I showed the hand-dyed yarns I got from Sandra from the Netherlands. And I was thinking if I could use them for a marled magic sweater by Stephen West.
is it that one that is knitted in pieces? Like you knit, it is not sewn, but it is you start with one
panel and then you go from
yes, and they are also, I remember I don't know if it's the same, but I saw now a pattern from Stephen West on Instagram, like everywhere. I thought like, okay, what is this? It's like everywhere was knitting that, and they all knitted it in very different colors. So it was
yeah. So his are very colorful. There are also a couple of more natural colored or single colored projects I saw on Ravelry and on Instagram. And I think it's not the newest pattern he released. I think it's a couple of years back. And it is based on the shawl he had designed, that Marled Magic shawl. And it's kind of the basic construction of it, if I understand that correctly. And then it's made into a garment. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And I think it would be a fun knit. I really like his designs because of the different techniques and different ways you knit things into each other, so I had those two shawls I made from him,
Yeah.
Where I already forgot how they were called, but they were kind of puzzled together. And one I kept, there was a grayish natural dye one, and then I had one where I used one of my hand-dyed neon yellows in it, and this shawl is for Oscar.
I
Yeah,
remember
and
them both. Yeah.
yeah, I really like knitting those because you just had, oh, this little piece, yeah, you puzzle it on, and then, oh, maybe not another one. It's like with self-striping yarn where it's just one more row. Yeah, and then yeah, they are fun. And the Margit magic shawl, I think you always hold two strands together, and then you can like paint the color transitions because you change out one of the colors, I think. Well, you don't have to, of course, but yeah. And then it gets this really pretty colorful skin. Like,
yeah, I actually, that reminds me of one shawl from Stephen West. It's a very old one. The name is Salmon. I don't know if that's pronounced right. The Salmon. No, it's this name.
yeah.
It's the same name. The folk from the northern Scandinavia where they live, they call themselves Sami in
I know.
Norwegian. They are
I know which
Sami.
one you mean.
Yeah, and this is also like you described. You have you hold two strands of two different colors, and then you change only one strand, and then you knit another section, and then you change the next, and so on. So I have this pattern, but I never have it.
Yeah. Well, Sandra sent me so many beautiful skeins, and I mean they're all kind of fingering weight, and you always have about 400 meters, and I think some are possibly in a sock yarn combination, like you have a 25-75, but I think they're, apart from one or two, all superwash yarns, which would enable you just could use them for socks, but they are so pretty. I don't know if I would like to waste them onto my feet and hide them in shoes. So I thought, well, if I get some let's say a main color that goes along with it the whole time, I could make that sweater out of it and like cuddle inside it. And just be happy. So, oh my god, I have all these pretty things on at once.
Yeah, it's actually, I don't know, but somehow it's strange that the socks are considered as, less valuable as a garment because maybe you wear them on your feet.
No, I don't necessarily mean it that way. I mean, I have expensive hand-dyed yarns I knit socks with. So
True.
but I mean, like the Wollmeise. So it's kind of a very expensive pair of socks.
Yeah, if you take it that way, then you have actually a whole market of hand-dyed sock yarn.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's true. That's true.
So and the thing is, if I knit socks out of them, I can only wear them one at a time. And if I make a garment and combine it, I have it's more kind of a memory thing to, oh, this is from the D-stash I did, and I got this sent from this lovely person, and
yeah, that is true. Then you have, that is true. And you also you see it more. I don't totally get that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of socks, I really have to use that pill remover on almost all of them. So most of my socks, they look really worn at the moment, but just because of the pilling effects. So when I have them in shoes or something, and yeah, but I don't have any holes or anything anywhere, so they're all intact. So still not a chance I can use that little machinka to weave holes clothes.
Yeah, I am constantly mending my socks, the ones I wear at home.
But you do have house shoes, right?
I have
Not
a pair,
anymore.
but I don't use them.
Ah, okay.
So
So and you again have wooden floors in that house, right?
yes, we have.
Ah,
It
okay,
looks like,
then I
you know,
understand.
if you see that here, it's
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
the floor. It's uncovered, like not painted
Treated.
wool.
Yeah.
It's like war. It's like war wool. What do I say?
Wood?
Wood.
Yeah.
Wood, of course. It's war wood, and
And
yeah,
all throughout the house, yeah?
yeah, except
Wow.
for the entrance, there is stone
Mm,
tiles or
mm.
tiles like ceramic tiles, and in the bathroom it's I think it's some. It looks like stone, but it is some plastic surface all over. Yeah, something that doesn't when you spill water that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, well, probably a better idea. Yeah. Yeah, but I always wear house shoes because I don't have a basement below this house here, and different floors in all the rooms. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
often cold for the feet, and yeah.
yeah. I often wear also 2 pairs of socks
Oh, okay.
over each other. So yeah, it's just also cold here. We have also no basement under.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But what I really like now, since we were talking about socks, I like the idea to knit not in pairs with a color, but you knit just 2 singles and put on 2 singles.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just knit one sock all the time.
Yeah, you just knit one sock and then you combine it as you like, and that would I think solve a lot of people who have the second sock syndrome suffer from this. So you just start a new one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I have seen very nice examples where they kind of stay in the same color scheme, but just have not the same repeats like in the stripes or whatever. So it's or like the one you made when you have like the stripe, the main color is on each sock, the contrast color on the other one, like
Yeah, I know which.
I know you have that pair and you have like 2
The
colors
gray and mustard striped one. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
I had only 50 grams of each, so I just
and that is also perfect because I have when I knit socks in fingering, I need actually maybe 50 gram or maybe just a little bit more, maybe 55. And then what to do with the rest. So that could be very good working to have this 2 types. I need socks.
yeah.
I have it. All my socks are worn out. My fingering socks, they're all worn out, and I I don't want to mend them actually because they are not warm enough. I try to knit the next one with some non-superwash yarn, which I still have to find, but yeah.
I actually like the sport weight sock yarns. So if you have a 6-ply,
Yeah.
That makes a really nice sock which keeps warm but is not too heavy, let's say. Yeah.
Do they fit in your shoes?
In my running shoes, yes. So usually I wear running shoes because my feet are kind of broken. But if I want to wear the nicer ones, then I can't wear knitted socks in them. So because they're too slim, they're not wide enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to.
So I have to wear like those store-bought cotton socks in those. Yeah. But as we have a home office and everything, and I am rarely at the real office, I haven't worn these shoes in almost a year now. I just keep removing the dust and see that the dog is not stealing them because they're those nice leather shoes. And yeah, and when I have to go to the office just to pick something up, some stuff, then I don't bother with the good shoes. I just keep my tennis shoes on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fine. I mean, I have the problem as well that the leather shoes are my leather shoes. They are too slim, too tight.
Mm.
And if I would buy a size up, they would be just too long, and then you stumble with the toe, with the front part, and that makes also no sense for me. So yeah, maybe we have to make our own leather shoes,
Oh my god.
like the Vikings. I've seen a pair recently on Etsy. It was, I think, they were handmade and they were made of one piece of leather, which was the sole, and then also the wrapping around the foot. But it was more like a sandal, so you had like open parts in it. But it looked really, really nice, and it was actually quite affordable if you think that this is leather and handmade and all the work behind. So yeah, it actually didn't cost more than a normal leather shoe in the shop. So
yeah, buying shoes is always a nightmare. Well, at least for me. I really hate that. I have, I think, 3 pairs of shoes. My pair of tennis shoes, the one for the office, and then 1 pair of winter boots. And I don't think I can wear those winter boots next winter again because the sole is already disintegrating. They were quite expensive, and I asked the shop assistant if the heel is a solid one, and not this kind of checkered one where you only have like a skeleton thingy.
Yeah, and they are kind of hollow inside. You only have like this
Exactly.
skeleton, and they are hollow. Yeah,
exactly. So when I went to a couple of shoe stores in my town, and all the shoes that fit the style I wanted to have, I didn't even look for the price. I thought, I don't care as long as I can wear those shoes for a long time, and at least 2 or 3 years. Yeah, and so that they just had to meet a couple of requirements, and then each pair just had those hollow heels, the cheap ones, where you definitely knew there is no sense in going to some craftsman and get a new sole, because that would be more expensive than that shoe itself, because I tried. And they said, just throw them away. It doesn't make sense to pay the money for a new sole, because it won't stick or really stick, or it's not worth the while. And this is kind of disheartening. And then I asked that shop assistant for these boots if they have the real heels, if they are, well, filled out. And she went and checked and told me, yes, they are. I thought, okay, cool. And those are those boots I wore when we came to Norway to visit you. And I think the same winter, the soles, the heels disintegrated.
Oh.
So what I did the next year was I peeled them open and one side, and then I went to a hardware store and got stuff you fill actually when you're building things.
Yeah, did you?
I filled them up with that stuff. And then I used super glue on that little edge I opened to glue them together. And that worked for the whole winter season. It is totally ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And so I wore them once in a while this winter. But when it was really muddy and rainy and everything, I actually wore my rain boots, or the garden boots. They're really the real heavy ones I have. And I wore hand knitted socks, and then those knitted booties I made, with the, I don't know, 6 strands together, those thick ones. I don't know if you remember. So, and those I wore within the rain boots when I went for a walk with the dog.
Are there these rubber boots?
Yeah.
Rubber boots? Yes. And I know what you mean. The booties were wasn't it from Fiber Tales, the pattern?
Yeah, that too. Yes. Yeah, I made one with a drops pattern, and I made those by Fiber Tales. Yes, and I wore these over normal knitted socks in those boots to keep me warm. And yeah, so they're easier to clean. So because the real boots, those I was talking about before, they have those decorative seams and lines, and I think I would just kill them if I would go onto the field with them. So they were not worn that often this winter or last winter. Yeah, let's see if they survive the next one. Who knows? But buying shoes is horrible. And I also tried online to find shoes where that is not the case, where you get a real sole, like high quality leather boots with a real sole underneath.
No.
Yeah. I haven't found anything. Well,
I have one pair of what is it called? Boots with a higher heel, lady boots. And they are of really nice leather, and I wore them a lot in Germany that time. And they had the what is it called, from the heel, what hits the ground. There's like a little cap. You have the heel, it's some material, whatever it is, and then you have a little cap on the bottom, and the original one was plastic, and this wears off like after one winter. It was like done, and then you can look kind of into the heel.
Yeah.
So it was kind of Yeah, and then I went to a local, what is a shoemaker? Well, you know, it's not a shoemaker really, but you know, the shops who has the service for shoes and for keys. That's so funny. They make usually both. And there I got a new cap, which was made of rubber, which was much better because you don't hear this clicking sound on the stone. So I don't like that. It's more silent. And then I think I made that. I came back to that shop for 3 years in a row, and then I moved to another town in Germany, and I didn't wear them so often anymore. But I think the last time I was there, and I told him, you know, I already come now the 3rd year in a row to make this, because that's the only time I came only one time in the year, and he couldn't remember me, you know. And I get the boots back, and they were like looking like new, because he cleaned them and he made some oil on the leather and brushed and shiny, and like I like, what are these mine? Yeah, that was a really nice extra he made there. So.
Yeah, I can remember when I still lived in Leipzig during my university years. I had one pair of boots that was really old, but the top was always like in a perfect condition. You just had to have rub those stuff into it, you know, those cream things, and they were always in a really good shape, and the soles just needed to be mended. And I remember a very old, what they call shoemaker. He was a real one, not the key and shoe service points, but a real one. And he was in he had kind of a basement shop. So this was in a side street, and you had to go down 3 or 4 stairs into his shop, which was really dark, and it smelled like leather and shoes and everything. And I had them mended there for the whole time I went to university. It was not expensive at all, but I always went there. And when I later lived in Leipzig again, that shop was closed, so it wasn't there anymore. And for the life of me, I never found something like that shop again. You don't have that anymore. So you always have those service points, usually in shopping centers, where you can have keys copied and things like that, and then just have your shoes looked at. So where are the people who can make shoes? I mean, real shoes.
Yeah, they died out because the demand is low, I guess.
Yeah. And here in Halle, there is a shoe shop close to where I had my yarn shop at the first time, so close to the Dreieck. There is this one shoe shop. I'm not sure if it's still there now, but it was when I worked there. And they had really good shoes, and my doctor recommended to go there to have or to buy shoes there and to have the inlays fitted for my broken heels. And when I went there, I found one pair of shoes in the whole shop that, well, were kind of what I would wear. So everything was so extravagant, or just not or with huge heels. I don't wear heels, obviously. With your broken, you don't wear heels. And I asked, okay, if they alter the insides, so those orthopedic inlays could fit in there. And he said that would not be a problem, but he wouldn't recommend me to buy this pair. He said, why? Yeah, because the sole is not filled.
Yeah.
And I think they had some brand that was quite known, so for shoes. And I think they cost about 320 euros.
Oh my gosh.
And I was really thinking, so, and why is there no normal sole on these shoes?
And that was the one with a hole like sole with holes. So yeah, that makes no sense, huh? If you pay so much, you would expect there's a solid
a quality sole on it, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. So they had other shoes, but then the whole sole was like papery thin, and that was like like this. Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, doesn't work.
Won't live for much longer as well.
No.
So this is a knitting podcast, and we're talking about shoe soles the whole time. Okay, so is anyone still with us? It was a.
Maybe I can. I knitted now a couple of rows, and the raglan pattern shows up now. So
Wow.
maybe,
yeah, this is.
I mean,
really...
how can I make that there? So.
Yeah, it's like these. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
And you have a provisional cast on there for later? For
yeah, no, I will keep that color on. No. Yes, I made provisional cast on because it sorry.
I
would. Because there will be later an I-cord on the whole neckline around, and the pattern calls for normal cast, long tail cast on, but I go for this, so I can just don't need to pick up the stitches. I just take then the live stitches on. I think that's nicer, and somehow I really like to have provisional cast on anyway. It's like I start everything with this because I see that the often my normal cast on, my long tail cast on is too tight, or and also I can decide later what I want to do with it. If you make a very stretchy bind off, or you make an I-cord on, and
makes sense.
I feel I have much more options then, so it's really worth the effort. So now I really think I should measure again, and I have to decide if I go with that size and have it a bit more wide, or if I start with the size smaller. Let me check. Yay. I mean, at least it knits up really fast.
The sun is coming out over here.
Yeah, I think I'm going more and more in the shadow now, but it's okay. I don't know if you have later another stitch and bitch at 4 o'clock with the group.
Yeah, maybe I have time to join in there for an hour or so, because I have to go to the grocery store before I go visit my neighbor.
Yeah. So I still have 20 stitches. So yeah. What should I do? Decisions. not my strength now. It's,
Oscar watched a cartoon after the both of us talked this morning, yeah. And in that cartoon, one of that kids had also the problem of that he couldn't decide on anything, and every time he didn't know that, he duplicated himself. So in the end, there were 20 of that little boy running around. And but I didn't get how they fixed it in the end. I just saw that that at one point he was given the choice between grapes and an apple, I think, and he really wanted the grapes and he didn't duplicate again. I don't know if that fixed the issue. But just imagine that. So, oh, which yarn do I choose now for this project? And boom, then you're duplicated, and there's another one of you. But yeah, but
oh my God,
you could knit the same project in 2 different yarns at the same time. Source out the work. Yeah, but it was funny that he watched a show like that after we talked about this topic.
Yeah.
And I forgot where I was now.
Oh no.
I have so many mistakes in my lace panels. I think so there are a couple of lace panels here before the big one comes. Do you see that?
Yes.
And all of them have folds in there. So in neither of them the hearts are shaped correctly. I made it that in the big panel, I have 2 repeats where it is correct, because I kind of have paid attention, I think. But then in the next there is just 1 stitch to the side, and it disrupts the whole sequence, of course.
You mean you shifted the whole sequence to
Yeah, because I might have forgotten a stitch or anything, or something like that. And yeah, and the last panel I ripped back twice in the first repeat somewhere, and then I thought, dang it, just knitting it.
Yeah.
No one will see.
Yeah, I think so too.
So okay, I had 3. Then yarn over, knit together, yarn over, knit together. Then,
and by the way, your
SSK. Okay.
Yeah.
I know where I am. I hope so. No, I did something wrong. Did I? No, it's correct. Come on.
better double check.
I will know at the end of the row if there are stitches missing or if there are too many.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I really like this setting, I have to say. Talking with you
Yeah.
about knitting and everything else.
Exactly.
Yes. That's a really nice setup.
Yeah. Yesterday I visited Dele and Anke from Knitszimmer. That is a fabric store here, and that was a fabric store I had my shop next to. So for information for the viewers, because you know that obviously. And I visited them because we want to do some kind of cooperation together. I'm not sure if I put it in here somewhere later after this or in the next episode, but it was really nice to check out the new fabrics they got in, and it kind of piqued my sewing interest. I still have a blouse pattern and the matching fabric for it in my stash for 2 years now.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
Yeah,
That you planned some blouse, yeah.
I bought, I had Oscar with me when I bought this, and we bought a lot of fabrics for him as well. And I got around to sew all the shirts for him.
Yes, I remember that.
But not for me. And yeah, so when I sat there with the girls and we were talking about everything and sewing and knitting and all of that, we sat in the midst of all the sewing machines and the fabrics and the shop dock to our feet. And yeah, so it was really like, oh my God, I really want to sew again. So there is still a project bag. I have the pieces cut for already. It's all there, I just have to sew it together. And then that blouse, that would be really nice. Such a lovely fabric.
Yeah.
So, but where to sew? Because I actually have a sewing table in my bedroom, but there is now my working computer on it. Maybe I have more space next week, because I have to swap out the, what was that called? Is that, well, you know, you have the normal computer with that box thing.
You mean the desktop?
The desktop.
Desktop.
Yes, exactly. Thanks.
Because it's standing on the desk and not in your lap, like the laptop. I don't know what that is.
Sorry. Exactly. So I have to swap out my desktop to a laptop, because all persons in management get to have a laptop. So they are more flexible where to work. And yeah, so then maybe I have more space there, because I think I will also, well, now I have two screens, and I think I will give one screen back as well. Yeah, and that should free up more space for at least one sewing machine.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course the laptop you can just, you know, easily remove from the whole table. It's not that effort.
Yeah, well, the desktop PC is below the table actually, but I have two screens.
Okay, yeah, you have screens, yeah.
And the printer and all of that stuff, but I could just then move everything a bit. Yeah, the good thing about a laptop is also that when it's sunny and nice outside, I can take this to my terrace and work outside.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah, and your terrace is really nice with the pallet. I don't know if it's pallet called in English, but this wooden construction.
I don't know. I think I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah.
But yeah.
So, but as soon as this is looks prettier again, I can take a picture. Yeah. So we had it wasn't last week, but the week before, there was a day where it was really nice, and I came back from lunch break, and I thought, oh no, I now have this meeting, but I don't want to sit inside. It's just, I can't bear it. And I joined that meeting with my phone. And then it turned out that my colleagues did the same. And we were all outside somewhere on balconies or in the gardens. And then everyone, so I think the first 10 minutes or so were spent with everyone showing around where they actually said. It was nice.
Yeah.
That was really nice. Yeah. We also have another meeting now. So we have this for all our agents that we can like connect with each other on a more personal
Level.
Thank you. Because we're all in home office and kind of isolated, and now we have started to do this in management too, and it's really kind of nice to have everyone in there and you're just talking about funny things, and yeah, so that it brings you a bit more together. This is really nice.
Yeah, that sounds really as like a good working atmosphere. And
yeah, well, there's always room to improve, of course. Yeah, but I actually like working there. It's nice. I have good colleagues.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be fun for you too. Trust me. I'm a doctor. I didn't finish that thesis, but who cares?
Yes.
Hopefully we have time for this then as well. That would be so nice.
I think we have. I'm sure we have. Yeah.
I have no idea how long we are already.
You know, I tried to find some.
There is no
timer here, but I couldn't. So I only see that my battery is about 1/3 left, which is fine. Is fine. It will last a while, but I think we're talking about now at least 45 minutes at least.
Okay, so much for. So do we get at least half an hour? No, but
I think so. I mean, we will probably cut something out, but
yeah. Okay.
Should we wrap up for today?
Yeah, let's see how we can put this together in episodes, and then
yeah.
Yes.
I hope
and if anyone is watching. Yeah. Well, maybe we could also do this together with viewers. That should be possible, right? You just have to send out the invites, and then you can just meet and knit together. Please comment if you people would like to do that. That would be so fun.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So finding a suitable time will be a challenge, I guess, because of time zones and everything. But let's see. Maybe it becomes a knit night for at least a part of the attendees. Yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea. Comment, please. Knit night. Yay.
Knit night in around the world.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Great.
Yes. And I wanted to say all the time, but I couldn't, I didn't want to interrupt you in your counting. That your glasses, they match so well with the shawl. And what shawl are you wearing right now, actually?
So
I think you didn't. I think you didn't talk about that.
No, actually not. No. Let's see which is the. This is the front. Is it front? Yeah, this is the front. It's kind of it kind of shrunk. It is actually bigger because I haven't blocked it again after washing it.
Okay.
So I didn't even knit that. Katrin did knit that. This is the one I had at the wall in the yarn shop above the fireplace.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and when it is blocked, it's really huge. Well, you can really like.
Yes, I see you can stretch it out still.
Yeah. So I haven't blocked it yet. I just put it on because it's light enough, but still keeps the neck warm. I put below which pattern it is. It's a free one. It's a free one, and the yarn is. I know it's an alpaca cashmere silk.
Oh, yeah.
Blend. Yeah.
Do you remember how many grams that? Was it one skein only, or like 100? No, it's maybe more.
No, that's
Wait.
not very much. I have to check. I put it
It is
below.
not
I don't know,
important.
but yeah, it fits my glasses. Cool.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
I really like the color. Yeah,
this is so nice, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. It fit the color of the yarn shop logo, so it was perfect as a decoration. And I when I closed, I asked Katrin if she would like to have the shawl because she invested so many hours in it, but she declined. So
Oh,
yeah,
it's a nice memory.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, and the yarn is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, and this is a free pattern, so which is amazing because of all the details that went into it.
Yes. Yeah. So, what to say? Thank you for
watching. Thank you, Margit,
Claudia.
for doing this.
Yeah. So that was a really nice setting, and we will put in some information later and pictures, and hopefully everything works out technically, and then yeah. What else to say?
It was fun.
It was fun. Yes.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Thanks.
Then have a good day, everyone.
You too. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.